Sebastian Martinez, MMA Minute, here with Ernest Chavez, who faces Zubair Tukhugov at UFC Fight Night Stockholm on Saturday here in Globen. So, you've made your way to Sweden. How do you feel about this trip to sort of one of the growing markets of Europe?
You know, actually the trip was good, and I really like it here, man. It's the water and food tastes good. It's a little more homely. I like it. I really do like it.
I don't mean to brag, but cleanest tap water in the world, just, you know?
That was, yeah, man. It's good. Like, everything here seems pretty clean and everything. I like it. I like it here. I enjoyed my time so far, and then it's even gonna be better once I go into the fight and get that done. So, yeah.
Now, so you've had a couple fights in the UFC. Do you feel like you're kind of sort of coming into your own, getting used to what it's like to compete at this level?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the first time you do actually get those jitters. The second time I actually went international, you know, so that in Brazil, so I got a little used to that. And then coming over here, I really knew what to kind of expect, and yeah, so everything's kind of just lining up. It's not so stressful. I'm not so scared, I guess, of like the new environments and everything. So yeah, it gets easier.
Now, you're one-on-one in the UFC, and at this level, you never really know how long they'll keep you around. Does that kind of make you feel a little bit of extra pressure that you really need to perform on Saturday night?
You know what? I feel you need to perform every fight, period. It doesn't matter. Like, before this, I was undefeated, so I'm not used to losing. I hate losing, so it doesn't matter to me what's on the line. I'm in there to win. I don't train 8 to 10 weeks out of the, before my fight to lose, and then so no, I know it's in the background, but that doesn't have any sort of effect on me in that regard. I still train just as hard, and I'm coming there just to take him out the game. So.
Now, Zubair Tukhugov, whose name we're probably mispronouncing.
Yes, yeah.
How do you see him as an opponent, and is there any area where you feel you have a distinct advantage?
You know what? Looking at all his fights, I just noticed that he did have really good movement. But I can move with any of the lightweights. His movement doesn't scare me. I think he has power, but he kind of reminds me of my first opponent, which I kind of had a whole camp for. So I really feel that it won't be too hard to have the fight engaged. We're not going to make this. It's going to be an ugly fight, but I'm confident I'm going to come out with my hand raised.
Now, often it's said that you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. Is that something that you can agree upon? And if so, what have you been able to take with you? What positives?
You know what, I will say this, yeah, that is very true, and the way I always describe to at least my family or friends or people that ask is just, if there was anything that you were remotely hesitant about doing, or even as for the betterment of yourself or your career, it's not even a question, you do it, so you make all the decisions that you should have made before, and if there's anything that you felt you added on that was just maybe cosmetic or just something just to do because the other people did it, you take that out. You just go back to what works for you and what's better for your style. So yeah, it made me a fighter out of this whole loss. And as far as the positive I take away from it, besides the fact that I made the decisions I needed to make, I think the positive just was I went to someone's hometown in my last fight, even though I lost, and I went through all these different steps. There was a lot of little obstacles in between. It was a good performance. I still lost, but in the very end, I feel confident that that I can, if I get someone at 45s. If I get my hands on them, it's going to be a lot different. So it made me, even on top of that, one of the decisions I made was I had to go drop to 45s to be around people my size, So.
And you feel like that was a sort of a very necessary step to your progression to just move to featherweight?
Most definitely. It's different when you're in like these lower promotions in your area or even like second-tier promotions, but this is the UFC. Yeah. There is no messing around here. You can't, 1-2 pounds makes a difference. Diet, everything's a factor, and so I didn't want to give them the size advantage. Not to say there's not big guys in 45s, but just there's more people like me there. So I think it's just I have a better, longer career here.
So what would you say is the key to defeating Tukhugov? He's only had one fight in the UFC so far, but he came away victorious. How do you plan on handing him his first loss?
I guess just making it a fight. The fact is he moves around really well. And if you let him get his strides and you let him just start working in and getting warm, he's really hard to deal with. He's good at like hitting you from afar. So I just gotta make it ugly, making it be in his face the whole time, whether it be against the cage or in the center of the ring. I can't be letting him push forward. I'm just gonna keep pressure, and just making it an ugly fight. Hopefully I get fight of the night, just make it a war.
Well, that's certainly something I think the fans look forward to, fight of the night that early. And is that what you think they should expect?
That's what I'm going for, most definitely. So they should expect that.
All right, that's something we're all looking forward to. This is Sebastian Martinez, MMA Minute, here with Ernest Chavez, who faces Zubair Tukhugov on Saturday in Globen for UFC Fight Night Stockholm. Thank you very much and good luck.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.